Everything he needs to know and you need to know about your vehicle. Right, Ron the Car Guy?
Well, we certainly try to know. And if we don't know, we'll find out.
Exactly. And you have a chance for people to ask you questions. We mention this every week at the end of your segment. Tell everybody how they can ask you questions.
They can go to askronthecarguy.com, and at the bottom they can click on a link and they can send me a question and I'll answer it. So, or a comment. So askronthecarguy.com is a great place for all your automotive questions, and that's what we're going to talk about today. I pulled some of the questions off of there that I replied to the people, but I want to talk about them on air because they're some of the more popular things that I hear. Okay. And the first one I've got is Trevor from Grimes had asked. He said, I had a nail in my tire, and the tire place said they could not repair it because it was too close to the end.
What does that mean?
That means that they said they couldn't repair it because it was too close to the end.
But what does that mean? Tire?
The edge, I think, is what he's talking about. So where the side of the tire comes up and it meets the top, if you have a puncture or a nail or a screw or something within 1 inch of that,
of the seam?
Correct.
Okay.
The tire where the side meets the top, if you have a repair needed within 1 inch of that, it should not be repaired.
Okay.
Why?
Because that's where the tire flexes going down the road. And it's not going to be a stable repair. Now, something that Trevor mentioned is he said he went to another shop and they plugged it. It holds air, but is it safe? And the answer is no, it's not safe. The tire manufacturers recommend that anything within 1 inch of what they call the sidewall, the side of the tire, should not be repaired. And one of the issues with simply putting a plug in a tire to repair it, and those are kind of an amazing repair option, but some places that do that, they never take the tire off of the wheel. They look at it and they find out where the nail is, and or screw or whatever the puncture is, and they remove it and they just put a plug in there and air it up and they send you on your way, and it probably does hold air, but the concern is nobody's removed that tire off of the wheel and looked at the inside to see if there's damage inside of it.
Okay.
And so you could be at risk if you have a tire repaired that way. The proper way is to always take the tire off of the wheel and see what's going on inside in case it was low on air for a while and maybe was driven and the rim cut up on the inside of the tire. You have no way of knowing that.
If the structure is damaged.
Exactly.
Inside support structure of the tire.
Exactly. So that's not a good way to fix it, nor should it be fixed if it's within 1 inch of the sidewall.
Okay. Interesting.
Then we had a question from Anna from West Des Moines, and she wrote in. She goes, I drive a Chevrolet Tahoe. The light indicating the low fuel stays on all the time, even if the gas gauge is at half or full. What is it, and is it expensive to repair? It's a common problem or common issue that we see on the Tahoes and some of the Chevrolet pickups. And she's talking about the low fuel indicator being on all the time. And what happens is the electronics on the back of the dash
are built by BP.
It's always keep your tank full.
Even if it is full, just put some back in the bed in the glove box. Always top it off. No, I don't think it was built by BP, and I don't think it was built by Takata either, so it's not going to explode. But the electronics on the back of the dash, when they're done constructing it, they spray a protective coating over it. And that coating isn't as flexible as they thought it would be. So over time, with expansion and contraction, it pulls on the electronic components.
Really?
Yeah, and it commonly breaks one of the circuits that turns the low fuel light on.
So it pulls it out of the socket.
Exactly, where it's soldered in. Yeah. And so it's relatively common, and the cool part is when you have a repair that's kind of common like that, then other manufacturers or other repair facilities jump on board as to a fix, and you can actually buy those instrument clusters as a rebuilt unit, a remanufactured unit. So, somewhere between $300 and $700 will keep her low fuel light off, or she can just top it off all the time and still look at the low fuel light.
Because the gauge still works.
The gauge works fine.
Just the light.
Yep, just the light's on all the time.
Would you want to spend that much money to fix a little, or is that indicating other things? Or
nope. Nope, it's just an annoyance issue. I'm pretty OCD. I mean, I would fix it. I don't like lights on my dash.
No, Jason would fix it. Piece of electrical tape.
Well,
That or a drill. Bulb is gone.
yeah, maybe engineer Jeff could put some tape on there for us. And then we got Larry from Urbandale asked, he said he has a 2010 Dodge Ram. This is interesting. He's had the fuel pump replaced 3 times in the last year.
Oh, geez.
Think it might be a problem?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Ding, ding.
Yeah, it's more than a piece of tape on the light. Anyway, the place is replacing them under warranty, which is good. But I question why and the reliability of my truck now. Are these just bad parts? And of course, the answer is possibly they are bad parts, Larry, but probably not. I mean, even the worst, poorly constructed part, 3 of them in a year. That's kind of suspect. But some places will sell parts at a low cost. And of course, the quality and reliability is low. That's a possibility. But there could be something overlooked during the replacement. We see where electrical connections are a little bit loose, where it plugs into the fuel pump, and there could be a voltage issue there causing it to run hot or not operate properly. The other thing that we commonly see is people replace fuel pumps and they don't clean out the inside of the gas tank, and there's sediment and dirt and stuff in there, and there is a pre-filter to kind of keep that from being sucked up into the pump, but that could be damaged, and it might be drawing some debris and stuff up in there. So I mean, certainly if I had a vehicle that went through 3 fuel pumps in a year, I'd be looking more for the cause, not just chalk it up to, hey, it's another bad fuel pump.
Doesn't that fall under like a lemon law or anything? If you have to fix the same thing that many times in a year?
That it only applies to like a brand new car.
Okay.
Where you've got something that you've owned, a pre-owned vehicle or something that's obviously outside of warranty. It does not fall under. I mean, luckily the place is taking care of it, but I'm sure they're just as tired of it, as he is.
Right.
Putting fuel pumps in. So, I would, they should know, but I would, say they should maybe look a little bit deeper and see if there's something getting into that pump and causing that. So, and then the last question I got, this came from Michelle of Johnston, and Michelle simply asked, what was that product you talked about a while back to remove oil stains on your driveway? And it's always cool when we talk about something like this and people continue to talk about it going on and on.
Because it works.
It does.
It really does work.
This is awesome. This is so awesome. It's Brake Clean. And it's sold under a variety of names. This happens to be a Penraid brand, but it's Brake Cleaner. And let me tilt it on the light here, turn it a little bit. There we go. We got Craig all hooked up on the camera.
It doesn't matter what, to be honest, it doesn't matter what brand.
Buy the cheapest one.
Go get the store brand.
Absolutely. It's
all the same stuff.
Yeah, and it works awesome. So if you've got an oil spot or an oil stain on your garage floor, or
your friend comes over and their car drips on your driveway.
Yep, or someone delivers something to your house and it drips all over your driveway. Just take a can of this aerosol Brake Clean. And the key is quantity. Use a lot of it, and just spray it on that oil spot, and I mean, like, flood it. Just spray a lot on there, and I have no idea where the oil goes, but it evaporates and it's gone. I mean,
you don't have to rub it, nothing. Just
saturate it really, really good and walk away, and when it dries, it's gone. I have no idea where it goes, but there's no scrubbing, there's no kitty litter to put down or anything, and this stuff is just it's phenomenal. It's amazing, but aerosol Brake Cleaner is what you want to look for, Michelle, and you're right, Lou. Just it doesn't even matter the brand.
It's all the same stuff.
Yeah. Just get. I saw in a parts store there. They sold it it wasn't in an aerosol, but they sold it in a gallon container, and then in a 5-gallon bucket. I can't imagine what you would do with 5 gallons.
That's for Lou's shop.
For parts cleaner, probably.
Yeah, it could be. It could be that, or you've got a major oil leak. You probably should get that one fixed. If you need 5 gallons of Brake Clean, you better get the oil leak fixed.
All right, Ryan. People have other questions, like you just answered. First of all, they need to get a hold of you. That's how they get a hold of you. Stop by your place or give you a call, 225-9090. But if they have any more questions for you, how do they get a hold of you there?
You can just go to AskRonTheCarGuy.com.
That works.
We'll answer all the questions.
Great stuff, man.
Thank you.
Good job as always. We'll be right back. This is Great Then.